And flaps, got to talk about flaps. Got to use the word flaps, haven't you?
Retro Unboxing.
Hello viewers, welcome back to the channel. I'm Jonathan, thanks for watching. Today, I'm going to have a look at this. I picked this up last week for an absolute bargain. I'll show you the eBay listing. 265 quid or something like that. And honestly, it I'm going to show you. I'm going to shut up, and I'm just going to show you around the box straight away because this is in incredible condition. Incredible condition. Um, it's one of those that probably looks like it's been out of the box for about a day or a week. Kids have got bored, gone, Mum, not interested, and put it back in the box and never touched it again. So anyway, it is obviously first and foremost it's the NES, the Nintendo Entertainment System. This is the box. You will see there is not a mark upon it. It survived postage across England, which is a big surprise. So that was the front of the box. Obviously, this is the rear of the box. It's obviously a later edition of the NES in terms of it comes bundled with Super Mario 3, so it's not like a first edition from like right in 1985. I suspect probably more like late 80s. In terms of my experience with a Nintendo NES, I've never really, I've owned them over the years, but I didn't have one at the time. But my cousin had one, and we played a lot of Mario 3. I seem to remember playing a game called Kung Fu, which I quite enjoyed. Um, So yeah, just showing you around the box. There's a little bit of a bit of a couple of marks there. There's some of the card is just sort of peeling there, but honestly, I mean this is 95% I would say, and that's the other side of the box, showing that you can have a joystick and a zapper. And I did actually have one of these a few years ago while in my collecting day in my early 30s that had the Rob the Robot, which was pretty cool. And yeah, so that's around the box. And I've just noticed the this little kind of label's just lifted a little bit there. And maybe there is a very light kind of bit of a sort of scratch there. But honestly, I think it's difficult for me to convey in terms of video um, how good this is. You kind of almost need to touch it and feel it, if that makes sense. And I'm just going to go straight on with unboxing it, and it goes for the inside. So what I like to do when I buy a console is kind of inspect it, have a look at the kind of package as a whole, and I've got to be very careful with this because honestly, I really I just don't want to damage it. Uh, you can tell immediately with polystyrene inserts how good a condition of something is, because often this polystyrene is very fragile and gets damaged, and even on the inside of this polystyrene there's no little, you know, indentations where the cables have kind of fouled the inside of the packaging. It's immaculate. So I have been through this. I've had a look what's in here and checked it over before kind of not accepting the purchase, but you know what I mean. So I have inspected it just to make sure that it was what it said it was on the listing. Um, Honestly, I think it's probably a bit better than it said on the listing, but there we go. There is one thing missing, and I'm just going to buy one off of eBay just to complete the set, which is the instruction manual. I'm guessing this should probably have come with a sleeve. I don't know whether this would have originally come boxed, because the way it sort of sits there, that gap there looks like it may have been actually big enough for an NES box. but I'm guessing that that space there would have actually housed the game. So I think that's just something I need to pick up, just to complete the set. So no major disappointment. It is what it is. You know, these things are well 30 to 35 years old. So the fact that it's as is, I'm ridiculously happy with anyway. So it comes with a little poster, which, just from the feel of it, and I even don't hate even doing this, but because you can never fold posters up the way that they originally came. But there's the poster. Just open the top camera, we'll get that. Maybe that way around. Just showing some of the games. So very much remember Double Dragon from the NES days. And Kung Fu was just good fun. Super Off Road, and then Duck Hunt. You've got to be careful how you say the word Duck Hunt, haven't you? There's the poster. See if I can hold that back up as was. Yeah, there we go. So then we have the main manual, and again, it looks as new. So extremely happy with that. The thing that I liked about the NES was that it had got two TV outputs. So it had got the kind of RF output that would connect into your aerial socket of your TV, and then it had also got a video out only. So on more modern consoles, you've got the kind of, I say more modern, later consoles in the 90s. You had the yellow. So you plug a SCART thing in, and you'd have the yellow, the red, and the white. So the red and the white was your audio, and the yellow was for the video. And the NES had the option of the RF out, which you had to tune into your CRT TV, but it also had the yellow out composite or component. I continue to get the two mixed up, which was just a video signal, which plugged straight into a monitor or a TV that had got the correct input. So that was always a really good thing to have, and the NES was kind of a little bit unique on that front. And just a little a letter here. Nintendo, dear Nintendo game player. At Nintendo, we are always looking for new ways to improve the high standard of service we offer you. Now we offer telephone support for your Nintendo equipment, 6 days a week, Monday to Friday, 8:30 to 6 p.m. Jesus Christ. I'd be interested to know if anybody out there ever worked for Nintendo and ever answered these questions. They will also be available on bank holidays and Christmas Day. They were absolute tyrants to their employees. Wow. And then a telephone number there, and that's an outdated telephone number because in the UK there would be a 1, so it'd be 01329. But this was the service centre in Eastleigh, Hampshire, and signed by Nick Smith, the service manager. Nick, if you're out there, give us a wave, mate. But there's that. That's pretty cool as well. Right, console, and it comes with more options. So a lot of people back in the day, you would have to give the TV the reach around and keep changing aerial plugs every time you wanted to go from your Master System or your Mega Drive or whatever, and your NES or your SNES or your Commodore 64 or back to your TV. So you would often have multiple switches plugged into each other like a little labyrinth of switches, and you could sort of go, right, yeah, so I want that one on that one, and then the next one on this one, and then that one on that one, and you'd end up with like 73 cables all going into one socket on the back of your TV. That was always good fun. I mean, it was hellish. But memories. The controller. So I'm only going to get one of these out. As I say, I have inspected, and I can tell you that these look, honestly, again, just unused, what you tend to find, and I might do a bit of a video on kind of like a console that's in good condition and a mint condition console. This is mint. When you're looking, I don't know if the camera's going to pick this up, but you look, yeah, it is, yeah. So you look in the little screw holes, and normally there's some sort of finger cheese or fluff or belly button fluff or whatever the hell gets in there. But these are absolutely beautiful. So I'm just going to pop that over there, and then we've got the cables. So kind of an aerial extension and the cable that goes into the NES. So this is the RF cable. So this would have to plug into your aerial socket. Doesn't look like it comes with the component or the yellow cable. It doesn't look like it comes with the bloody yellow cable. But I've got tons of those things, so that shouldn't be too much of an issue. Now the power pack, this I believe is the same power pack that would have come with the SNES, and for me that's kind of the iconic. I know it sounds daft, but like you talk about memories for these things, but this was the iconic kind of blue connector. But again, no finger cheese on any of this writing. It's perfect. Pop that over there. I will just nip that out. So just looking at the polystyrene, there's a few indentations just here. I don't think the camera will pick this up. It's just there. But otherwise, normally, when people have repackaged these things, they'll lay cables across there and squidge it into the polystyrene, and that sort of thing just pisses me right off. As someone that's quite anal about these things, but there we go. Console, obviously nice to see everything bagged. I believe this is definitely the original bag because I've had a couple of other NESs that seem to have the same kind of writing and font and all that kind of stuff. So it's I'm 90%, 99% sure this is completely original. And there it is. And yeah, just seeing the polystyrene. There's just no real indentations, no marks, no nothing. That's perfect. Just pop that over there, out of the way. Console. Have a look at that. And nothing on this side, but on this side you have options. So this is what I mentioned in earlier. You've got the yellow port and the red port. So you'd only get mono sound. I mean, it just says audio and video, so I'm guessing you just get mono. And then on the back, you've got the blue adapter port, power adapter port, and then the coaxial out. So that's what this cable is for. That's to connect this to not like I say RF, so the aerial port on the back of your old TV. And then you have to tune your TV into it. That one you don't have to tune in. It's just there. It's just a video channel. On the front, you've just got the sockets for the two controllers. These were again quite iconic because they've got the really kind of individual, unique shape. So that kind of plugs into there. You also, if you had the light gun, you plug those in there. There's no wireless back in the day. Power on and reset switch, which has stayed on Nintendo's. And flaps. Got to talk about flaps. Got to use the word flaps, haven't you? This is the other thing that I remember distinctly about the end. I'm just pull that out while I'm swinging it about. One of the other things that I really distinctly remember about the NES is that sound. It was just felt really hollow. Part of that is that there is quite a big spring. I repaired a few of these back in the day because the I think it's 27 or 32 pin connector that that connects to the cartridge. The little kind of pins used to stretch out so that when you put a game in, which I shall ably demonstrate now, not all of the pins were touching the cartridge, so the game just wouldn't play. So you had to dismantle the console and then just gently kind of prise out the pins on the inside. But there's also quite a big spring in there, so that to eject the car, it's quite a violent motion. That's how you eject the cartridge and then yank it out of the thing. So Super Nintendo, Mega Drive, all those kind of things, obviously just top load. But that was how this system worked. So yeah, I just really pleased with it. I'm kind of saying that a lot recently. I've not had not many stinkers recently. You can see the model number and all that kind of stuff on the bottom there. And then the only other thing really about this console was that there was, obviously that's blanked off, but there was some sort of adapter port on earlier models. And apparently there was going to be a disc system, or there was a disc system, maybe just in the US. I don't believe that was released in the UK, but maybe someone out there can tell me different on that. And you can even see, look at the rubber feed. You know, there's no fluff, no dust, no muck. I think I've got pretty lucky here, guys. So I'm not going to play it in this video. I don't really have. I've only got Mario 3 and then Turtles game and the Top Gun game. So over the next couple of months, I'm going to pick up a few of my old favourites. Probably try and pick up Kung Fu. Definitely want to play Tetris because I think the Game Boy was probably like the iconic version of Tetris, but I want to play Tetris on an NES, an NES, a Nintendo Entertainment System. So I'm going to do that. And then I'll do a bit of a follow-up video when I've had a bit of a play and set it all up and all that kind of stuff. So that's kind of about it for this video. Hope you've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed getting it out. I've enjoyed looking at it. I've enjoyed showing it to you. Yes, I am still talking about the NES. So, yeah, hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you on the next one. Bye now.
Retro Unboxing.